Hello students, welcome to our next video. In the previous video, we have seen your syllabus, okay, in which we have seen the first unit, second unit, third unit, fourth unit, and 5 unit. Okay, so in this video, we will begin with our first unit. Okay, so the first unit is thermal power plant. Okay, so before directly jumping to the what is thermal power plant, we have to understand some important topics related to the thermal energy. Okay, you might have learned what is thermodynamics. Okay, what is thermodynamics? It is basically a heat cycle. Okay, so in your I think 10th or 12th, you might have learned what is thermodynamics. Okay, so before proceeding in the thermal power plants, we will learn what is thermal cycles. Okay, what is thermodynamic? Let's begin with the example. What is thermal? Thermal means heat. Dynamic means flow. Okay, heat flow. We will be learning how actually the heat is flown. Okay, in this heat in the thermal power plant. Okay, basically we are generating electricity with the help of water. When water is heated, okay, how the heat is flowing and how the actually the heat is making the steam. Okay, so we need to study that thermodynamics of that heat. So what is thermodynamics? Thermodynamics, it is the study of heat in which how heat can be transferred into useful work in the form of work. Okay, it is a study of heat in which how heat can be transferred into useful energy or work in the form of work. Okay, so this is the definition. What thermodynamics are made up of two words, basically thermo plus dynamics. Thermo means heat, dynamic means the movement, heat movement. Okay, so basically the thermodynamics give the foundation for heat engines. Okay, heat engines are examples of thermodynamics. Power plants are there, chemical reactors are there in nuclear power plants, and some etc. Okay, some more examples are also there. So this is the very simple example. So thermodynamics is most important in thermal power plants. Okay, we must know how actually the heat is flown in the form of cycles. Okay, so let's study. Okay, the law of thermodynamics. There are actually 4 laws of thermodynamics. Okay, so laws of thermodynamics defines the physical quantities. What are the physical quantities? Like temperature, energy, and entropy. Okay, no need to worry about the words. Okay, entropy, that characterizes thermodynamic system at thermodynamic equilibrium. The law describes the relation between these quantities. Okay, so these 4 laws describe this relation between the temperature, energy, entropy. Okay, and forms the basis of precluding the possibility of certain phenomena such as perpetual motion. Okay, no need to worry, because there this is a very vast subject. Okay, no need to jump into very detail. Okay, we must know what is thermodynamics and some laws. Okay, so thermodynamics has traditionally recognized 3 fundamental laws simply named by ordinal identification: the first law, the second law, and the third law. Okay, in addition, after the first law it was recognized that another law more fundamentals to all the three could be started. Okay, so basically more fundamental law means before these 3 law fundamentals of this law, okay, should be named. So it is named as zeroth law. Okay, so I'll read again. Okay, thermodynamics are traditionally recognized 3 fundamentals law, simply first law, second law, and third law. Okay, in addition, after the first 3 laws was established, it was recognized that another law more fundamental to all 3 could be stated, which is named as zeroth law. The first law of thermodynamics. What is first law of thermodynamics? when energy passes into or out of the system, when energy passes into and out of the system, as in the form of work, heat, or matter, okay, the system's internal energy changes, right? when the uh, si- when the energy flows in or out of the system in the form of work, heat, or matter, the system's internal energy changes in according with the conservation of law. Okay, conservation of law you might must know. Okay, this is the first law. Now we will look at the second law of thermodynamics. In natural thermodynamic process, sum of entropies of interacting thermal systems increases. Okay, entropies means in short form of it is a kind of heat. Okay, so this denotes the second law. Okay, eventually, sorry, equivalently, perpetual motion machines of second law, machine that convert spontaneously convert thermal energy into mechanical work. So this is the second law. Third law, the entropy of the system approaches a constant value as the temperature approaches absolute zero. Okay, the system's entropy approaches the constant value when the temperature reaches absolute zero, with the exceptions of non. Okay, now this is the thermodynamic cycle. Okay, 1 2 3 4, the flow starts from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, a b c d, it is denoted like this. In practice, simple idealized thermodynamic cycle are usually made up of four thermodynamic process. A thermodynamic process, four thermodynamic processes are there. Okay, and any thermodynamic processes may be used. However, when idealized cycles are modeled after often processes where one state variable is kept constant are used, such as isothermal process. That what is isothermal process? Isothermal process is in which temperature is constant. Isobaric process in which constant pressure is denoted. Isochoric process in which constant volume is denoted. Isentropic process in which constant entropy is denoted, or enthalpic process, constant enthalpy. Okay, so these are the processes which is denoted by a b c d. Okay, so thermodynamic cycle, from your exam point of view, there is a thermodynamic process of steam. Okay, so thermodynamic process or cycle can be divided into two general categories. Okay, remember this point. There are actually two uh, thermal categories. Okay, first is power cycle which produces a net power output and refrigeration, and heat pump cycle which consume a net power input. Okay, there are actually two cycles. The first cycle, that is power cycle, which produces a power output. Okay, power output and a refrigeration. In power cycle there are two outputs, power output and refrigeration. And the second was the heat pump cycle, in which consumes a net power input. Okay, the whole of the power which is given will be consumed by the in second cycle, that is net power input. The thermodynamic power cycle can be categorized gas cycle as categorized as gas cycle and vapor cycle. In gas cycle, the working fluid remains in gas phase throughout the entire cycle. Means, as the name suggests, gas cycle. In this, the fluid will be in the form of gas phase only throughout the cycle. In vapor cycle, the working fluid exits as vapor phase during one part of the cycle and as a liquid phase during another part of the cycle. Okay, steam power plant runs vapor cycle. Okay, steam power plant runs on vapor cycles with water as an working fluid. Okay, so this is the Rankine cycle, how the cycle is flown in the thermal power plants. We can denote it through a Rankine cycle, the ideal cycle for a vapor power cycle. Okay, vapor power plants generate electrical energy by using fuels like coal, right, oil, natural gas. Okay, so this is the right thermal power plant: fuel, stack, pump, cooling tower, condenser, electric motor, turbine, right? So in between there is a section A. Okay, we will be focusing on section A only. Okay, so a schematic of vapor. Okay, is shown. The entire power plant can be broken down into four parts. Subsystem A, energy conversion. Okay, energy conversion from heat to work. Okay, heat to work. In this section A, heat energy is converted into work energy. Okay, subsystem energy source and waste removal required to vaporize the water. Okay, B section. Right. The third subsystem is the electric generator, and D is the cooling water system. Okay, we will focus on subsystem A. The subsystem A is called as Rankine cycle. Okay, subsystem A consists of boiler, turbine, condenser, and a pump. Right, boiler, turbine, condenser, and a pump is shown by subsystem A. Okay, fuel burned in the boiler. Right, boiler burns the fuel, heats the water. Then after the heat energy is removed, the heat is that heat is used for heating the water to generate superheated steam. That superheated steam flows in subsystem B. Okay, this steam is used to run the turbine. This term is used to run the turbine, which powers the generator. Okay, electrical energy is generated when the generator winding rotates in the rotating magnetic field. Okay, in subsystem B, after the steam leaves the turbine, it is cooled to its liquid state in the condenser. Okay, so condenser cools the liquid in the liquid form by transferring heat to the cooling water. Okay, in subsystem D, the liquid is pressurized by pump prior to going to the boiler. So all this process, all four components associated with the ideal Rankine cycles are steady flow devices. Thus all four processes makes up the Rankine cycle. Okay, these all the four steps makes the Rankine cycle. No, not these four steps. Okay, we will be studying the kinetic and the potential energy changes of the water are small related to the heat. Okay, energy analysis. The Rankine cycle is an ideal cycle. Okay, if water passes through the four components without irreversible and pressure drop, the ideal Rankine cycle consists of four processes. So the kinetic and the potential energy of the water are small, right, relative to the heat and work terms. So energy analysis can be done like this. Okay, the Rankine cycle is an ideal cycle if water passes through the four components without irreversibilities and pressure drops. The ideal Rankine cycle consists of following four processes. Okay, isentropic compression in a pump. Isentropic compression in the pump. Okay, the pump will compress that pump will pump that compressed fluid. Okay, from 2 to 3 constant pressure heat addition in the boiler. Okay, boiler will constantly heat that liquid and with constant pressure. Then isentropic expansion in turbine, that pressurized steam will be expanded in the turbine. Okay, 3 to 4. Then 4 to 1 is the constant pressure heat rejection, then the conduction. Then the superheated steam after passing through the turbine, it will condensed in the condenser. Okay, so these are the steps. Okay, so Rankine cycle is done. Okay, so from your syllabus point of view, I have completed two to three topics. Okay, what is thermodynamics, what are the four laws of thermodynamics, Rankine cycle. Okay, so from your syllabus point of view, these are the points you should revise. Okay, remember this diagram also. So we focused in this video in about A section. Okay, so how actually the cycle works. Okay, this is the cycle 1 to 2, 2 to 3, the process. Then again after 4 to 1, it actually regains the same temperature of the liquid, and it again starts from 1 to 2. Okay, so remember this all the points. Okay, so next video we will start with Carnot. What is Carnot cycle? It is also a simple topic. You can, if you do not understand, okay, you can search on internet or refer the standard books. Okay, no need to worry about this topic. Okay, in next video we will learn what is Carnot cycle, and we will start from what is thermal power plant. Okay, how actually the thermal power plant works, what are the components. Okay, so thank you for watching this video.